Hey, how's it going? It's Curtis here at Limitless Studios. I'm here with Matt and Sheena Sapaula out of Oak Brook, Illinois, in the Money Smart team. And they actually just got done here with our Fast Start School here in Orlando, and just got done with a fantastic training. And I just have a couple questions to ask them based off couple powers, so let's get right to it. Obviously, I know your story, but to our viewers, like, what is your guys' background and how you guys met, that type of thing?
It depends on who you ask. We have different versions, but I worked for a company, a really great company, Stryker Medical. I was in medical sales. And one of my territories, hospitals, was Stroger Cook County Hospital, and it just so happened to be the same hospital that his mom has been a nurse at for 40 plus years. So I was there doing my job, and he was there doing his job for and behalf of his mom, and that's how we met.
So I was a financial professional for 12 years, and before that I was in the Marine Corps for 8 years. And how we met is I was operating and doing my business at Stroger Hospital. We were talking about the 5 gotchas of money. And so we were having a financial workshop with a chiropractor friend of mine. So I was doing the financial stress test, he was doing the health stress test, and my eyes were on her because she was doing her deal. But make a long story short, in doing and running my business, we met, and it's been happily ever after.
Awesome. And you know, you guys have been with PHP for about 2.5 years now, give or take. And you guys have pretty much set the standard for, you know, couples in the industry, you know, couples in PHP and even the industry, you know. What has been the biggest reason for both of your guys' successes as far as couple power is concerned?
I don't know. We've had a lot of conversations about this. I think the biggest thing, number one thing, is that we're both in it, 100%. We both have a vested reason to individually want to make this work in the business, and collectively make this work in the business. That by far has to be the number one thing. Would you add anything, babe?
Yes, we had to find out what, but before Sheena started integrating herself into business, I'd ask her, what part of the business do you like? Do you like the client side of things, or do you like my side of things, which I do really good in terms of the recruitment, business development, marketing, training, branding. That's what I love to do. I'm a one-to-many guy, and she's a one-to-one gal. And so we find out what we love to do in the business, and we delegate everything else that we didn't like, and we stay in our power spot, the things that give us energy and that we have passion about.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you know, we talk about, you know, supportive spouses in the business all the time. You know, whether someone is a supportive spouse, or even if you're speaking to just couples in the business, how important is it to have that supportive role in the type of business that we're in, and why?
Oh, good. It's a make or break. I mean, it's very clear that if two people aren't completely vested in making this business work, it's only a matter of time before it implodes. Because as a couple, you need that support not only at the house, but you also need it mentally. You need to know that they collectively are doing this for the betterment of the family. And if that's not there, it's a very tough road.
Yeah, winning in the business is really winning at home. And we laugh because we've been married for a little over 2 years. And at the same time, we're starting to get to know each other in a marriage. And if we're trying to build a business and we don't have teamwork in the home right, then the business is going to unwind. And we realize that if we're not on the same page from a personal teamwork and a home standpoint, it's not going to translate to success in the business. And the reason why couples divide or are at different understandings about the business is because the teamwork in the home isn't squared away. And she was making good money. She was making, you're making what,
160.
She's making $160,000 a year in medical sales, and I was an entrepreneur. I've been in 6 figures for quite some time, but she wasn't happy where she was with her job, and I wasn't happy with where I was in terms of running an independent practice. And so I said, hey babe, why don't we put our heads together? And she figured out that she likes our world, and together we build a business, and it wasn't like that beforehand.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, absolutely. And I just have one more question. I didn't want to keep you guys too long. You know, I mean, I know you guys got to go to dinner, but if you can get any type of advice to couples that are just starting out in the business, you know, what kind of advice would you give them in order to succeed in in the insurance industry?
Good question.
I think number one, be really forgiving of yourself. You're going to be human in the process of trying to figure out how you guys can work as a team. And you will go through a lot of disagreements. I guess that's the softest way to say it. But there'll be a lot of disagreements and arguments until you find the smooth path to what you're really good at. And the other biggest thing that I would say is you need to surround yourself with couples that are like you. The environment of being around people that think like you and go through what you go through by far is a big, big deal in your success. Would you add anything?
Absolutely. You know, one of the things that we put our heads together about is what part of your life do you love? Do you really love the job that you're on, the career that you're on? Is the current lifestyle that you have, from at least a financial standpoint, getting you the rewards that you're looking for? And what we find is that 89% of the couples we sit down with, even though they may be financially compensated for the job, they're not happy. Mm-hmm. They're not happy at their job. They're not happy with the time away from each other. They're not happy because they don't have the freedom in their life, even though they're getting paid well or not paid well. And so you got to figure out what your game plan is going to be together. But what your life is going to look like a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, and be honest with that assessment. And if you're not happy with the future projection of where you're going from a time, money, and freedom perspective, you've got to make changes now. Because a year from now, 5 years from now, you're going to wish you did. And you're either going to live in a position of regret, or you're going to live in a position of, thank God I made that decision.
Awesome. Well, that pretty much concludes our interview. I appreciate you guys coming out and being able to do an interview with me real quick.
And thank you for Limitless Studio for helping us with our videos. Is this guy?
Awesome.
Yeah.
But no, definitely, I'm going to post some links here below in the description and also on the screen to subscribe to his YouTube channel, and also to my channel as well. And follow him at Money Smart Guy. Anything to add to that?
Hey man, happy to entrepreneurs, but more important to the entrepreneurs.
Yes. I love it.
Super proud of this guy, what he's done to overcome. Listen, life's going to hit you in many different ways, but it's what you do with what you have right now with what you have is going to determine your success. Not what you didn't have or what you wish you had, but you make the most of what you have, doing more with less. And this is what this guy is doing.
Awesome.
Super proud of you.
Well, I appreciate it.
Curtis.
Appreciate you coming out.
Pleasure.
Bye.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Thanks so much.